Hello and welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Bob Gough, sitting in for Ashley Conrad. Once again, we are here to remind you it's an election year. Early voting starts May 19th for the June 28th Illinois primary. Early voting will start then and run through June 27th at the Adams County Clerk's Courthouse at 507 Vermont. Now, the office is also going to be open for early voting on Saturday, June 28th and June 25th. They're also accepting vote by mail applications until June 23rd. Lots of names on the ballot on the Republican side in Adams and Pike counties. However, in Pike County, Illinois, there isn't a single Democrat on the ballot for any office. Zero, zip, zilch, none, nada. In Adams County, Republicans are competing like crazy in the precinct committeeman races, as well as for the Adams County Board. The ballots are linked below this video. The current sitting Adams County Board members certainly gave their opponents some fodder when they voted for raises to be effective for board members in December, and also for some county-wide officials. Now, technically, they have to win re-election to get the raises, so they didn't directly give them to themselves, but it's really a distinction without a difference. The board went into closed session to discuss the raises. They came out, went back into open session, and voted 16-1 with 4 absent members to pass those raises for themselves. Republican Ryan Hincamper was the lone no vote. And I guess missing the meeting is a great way to say you didn't vote for the raise, although 2 of those absent board members aren't running for re-election anyway. Now, the biggest winner of Tuesday night's Adams County Board action was the next sheriff of Adams County. His salary will skyrocket from $81,000 a year to nearly $150,000 a year. But hold on, you can't blame this one on the county board. It was the Illinois General Assembly that decided this session that sheriffs needed more money. So they mandated their salaries, made them they had to be at least 2/3 of what a state's attorney makes. One of the states that will also pick up the majority of that tab. So Adams County is actually going to spend less money on the sheriff's salary. Now, of course, that savings is gone. It's going into the pockets of the county board members who win on the November 8th general election. Now, as of now, Republican Tony Grotens is the only candidate for Adams County Sheriff, and to be fair, the action was taken after Grotens made his campaign announcement. So it's not like he said, hey, that's a $150,000 job, I'm going to go for it. They totally changed that after he announced. He's the only candidate right now. Democrats could still appoint a candidate to fill the ballot vacancy they have. And a $150,000 salary for sheriff, that is sure going to attract more candidates in future elections. Maybe even a Democrat or two will decide to run. Well, coming up, we're going to talk to Quincy's newest retiree, former QPD Chief Rob Copley.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay 20.
A great night's sleep starts at Harvey's Furniture. Harvey's is your home for industry-leading handcrafted mattresses from Bemco, Spring Air, and Chatham & Wells. Twin, full, queen, and king, we have a full selection of in-stock mattresses to fit your needs. No waiting, get it today, and as always, free delivery. You deserve a better night's sleep. Harvey's Furniture, our home, your home.
Welcome back. I interviewed former QPD Chief Rob Copley for Muddy River News This Week, and here's a part of that interview. And so now you have, you're going, so this is your fourth, you finished through 4 mayors and 4 administrations. Mm-hmm. And again, just the first year of a new mayor coming in with, who has had some political background because he was on the county board for a long time. But, you never felt that you could get to a point with Mayor Trope that you could work together to solve any existing issues that you felt were there, or that to be fair, he felt were there.
Not in the year. Had I not been planning to retire, things may have been different. If I knew what was guiding the issues that he and I have had, I could probably answer that better, but I don't really know what was guiding that. A new mayor the first year can always be really, really tough working together, especially a police and fire chief. They are not at-will employees. They're not hired and fired by the mayor, and they make decisions that for the welfare of the community that may not always be in lockstep with the city administration, and that doesn't help things. Again, with such a short window, I would like to think that we would have gotten better if I was sticking around, and things would have gelled better. I made a joke at the beginning when I decided I was leaving a year ago that I didn't have it in me to train another mayor, and that's the truth.
That came to fruition. So, do you? I know again, you believe that the Police and Fire Commission setup works because of that autonomy that it has. The mayor believes the mayor should have more input. In this process, did they try to come up with a happy medium for that, or it just didn't work?
As an outsider looking at that, I think that they did. I think they tried to come up with something. After the failed ordinance giving the mayor the sole power to hire and fire chiefs, I think the commission, from what I saw, was trying to work with the administration.
And again, we're sitting here, and as we record this, there's been no answer yet. From what I understand, that if Mr. Lewin says no, then Adam Yates will get promoted. Is that how it's going to work? Do we know?
I don't know. We're in uncharted territory here. I don't know what's going to happen. One would think that this quickly, that yes, they would go to the next one on the list. I just don't know what that's going to look like.
Well, and again, I know that's not how you wanted to go out. And again, it's easy for you to say, "I'm retired, not my problem," but you're not wired that way. Again, 40 plus years in, 18 years as chief, you have you have friends, you have family there.
Yes.
So you are looking at this, and you wish there would be resolution here.
Yes, I want them to have better than what they have now. I told the officers a couple of different times in different venues as this time was coming, that I wanted them to always have a chief that was better than me. That's what every outgoing chief should want, is that the next person and the person after that, they're going to pick up the bar and go further than where they found it. And this is a big setback for those officers and employees, just hanging out waiting to see what's going to happen. They need somebody quickly to pick up that bar and move it forward.
Well, and again, you're talking about, aside from, there are a handful of positions, and the city's been in a real changeover with a new mayor, a new school superintendent, fire chief, police chief, a lot of moving parts, a lot of changing faces in the leadership of this community.
Yes.
So I think when people look at that, people are resistant to change anyway. But when you get this much of it, it can have a real unsettling impact.
Yes, it can. It can in a lot of ways, and from people of the community all the way up through each one of those organizations.
We will post the entire Muddy River News This Week interview with Rob Copley Friday morning on Muddy River News. So there will be no Daily Muddy on Friday. You'll have our News This Week program. So we'll see you next week on the Daily Muddy. I'm Bob Gough.